Hi, it's Melissa from Peas in a Pod Lessons, and today I want to tell you about one of my all-time favorite classroom math games. I currently have them for place value, division, and geometry. I'm also creating a set for multiplication, fractions, and decimals. These are great for end of the chapter or end of the unit review. I find after they play a couple rounds of this game, their mastery is improved so much over what they had before they played the game. So right before a test, at the end of the unit, that's when I do a couple rounds of these games. They're a lot of fun, and they don't even really realize that they're studying. There's two parts to this. It's called the Ultimate Math Championship, and that really garners a lot of excitement in the classroom. The first part is the game itself, and the second part is the championship. Both are super easy, super fun. The game itself is really easy. It's played between two students, or three if you have an odd person out. All the answer cards are laid face up on the table, and problem cards are face down in a stack. The students take turns drawing a problem card and solving it on the whiteboard or scratch piece of paper and searching for the answer. If they can make a match, that's 1 point for them, and the student with the most matches wins that round. There's also an answer key, so the opposing player can double check the other player's work. Turning this game into a championship is what makes it really exciting. When I introduce it, I have the kids do a drum roll on their desk and I say, "We're going to do the Ultimate Math Championship!" And they laugh, and they're laughing at me, they're laughing with me, it doesn't matter, they're really having a good time, and it changes the pace of your classroom and that everyday routine. It gets them excited. So we have a really good time with that, and sometimes I do it in the beginning. It's a really big, exciting unveiling of a new game, but I have them do it with me every time too, just quickly as I introduce it. The other thing I have to bring up is safe spaces, because I use a color-coded pyramid with this game. And we talk about this in the beginning of the year. I'm sure everybody does. This is a good time to review it, that we all have different strengths. Some are good at sports, some are good at academics, some have awesome fashion sense, but we're all good at different things. Also, that classroom is a family. We build each other up, where if we see somebody struggling, we don't make fun of them. We either help them or we don't point it out that they're struggling, just like we wouldn't want them to point it out that we're struggling. So I give that speech and that reminder at the beginning to make sure that everybody's feeling really safe, and to let them know that there's consequences to making fun of other people in our classroom. After you've done that, you can introduce the pyramid. Here's an example of the Ultimate Championship Pyramid. Each band represents a different round of the game being played and will be assigned a color. I start out by having all the students' names written in one color on the bottom, so I'll write them all in green, and then they'll play a round. The winner of that round will cross off their name and write it in the new color above. Now here's an example I have of two rounds being played. In the second round, Marcus and Sam did not win, so they're still purple. And the people that are up here in orange were the winners of the second round. So Kaylee crossed her name off and put it up in the next round. So when you go to play your third round, now Marcus and Sam can play each other, Joshua and Maggie can play each other, and the orange group, they play each other. Kaylee and Hunter may play each other. One thing you might notice about this pyramid is the green are all crossed off, and we didn't have enough rounds to do that. Well, what happens, you might do it ahead of time. I always do it when there are 4 people left, but I will cross out everybody and move them to the next level, just so there's not a straggler down at the bottom or just a few people that really stand out as, oh, you really haven't been winning games. So I move them up slowly once I notice that a few names might be standing out. And the winner of the Ultimate Championship gets a certificate to take home. I also have little ribbons with first, second, third place if you wanted to do that. But it's really fun to go home and show your parents that you were the ultimate geometry champion of your class that day. I also have anchor charts. Each game includes several anchor charts and possibly even practice pages. This one goes with the place value game. Finally, I include some labeling for storage. You can use larger folders, smaller folders, larger envelopes, smaller envelopes. I like to color code, I love color coding. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you get to enjoy the game with your class. They will love it. It's a good time. Thanks. you.